What's up, everybody? Your pal Edgar Von Gogh here, back in the studio, back in action, trying to bring you some more crazy cookie midnight funness. Like, right now, I'm on the cell phone right now. We're streaming live on Twitch as we speak. So if you're on Twitch, I got 2 viewers already. Pretty cool. I'm on here. It's fun. Technology is the wave of the future. It's not just on television, it's online too. We're all over the place. We're multitasking, going all over the map. So tonight's movie is going to be really exciting. I hope you guys get ready for some cool. It's one of those things. If it's I do a lot of film history on this show because I'm a cinemaphile. I love movies. I've always grown up with movies. I always thought they were so cool. I always wanted to make my own and things like that. So it's kind of cool. My favorite era was probably like the 50s, 60s, and 70s and 80s because there was this time period back then when it was like the Wild West. Anybody could make a movie, and everybody did, and it would premiere in like maybe 2 towns and then disappear forever, or so they thought, and then it become public domain, and then years later, like horror hosts like me or Svengoolie or all the other cool ones out there. There's a lot of cool ones out there now in the internet world. They're online in like the Vortex and like Eerie movie, late night movie channel and things like that. They go in there and they find these public domain horror films, and they play them for you. But you see, these movies were made by renegades. It's like people didn't follow any set of rules or anything. They just said, "Hey, I want to make a movie. I got $10,000. We're gonna make a poster and say Beast with 1,000 eyes." And then they go out and they make that movie for $10,000, and they make maybe $20,000, $30,000 off of it, and then go on to do something else. Roger Corman's been doing that since the 50s, and he's still going strong. He's still making movies in his 90s. He's making movies still. And he does it that way. Tonight's movie is in that ballpark. It's called Voyage to the Planet of the Prehistoric Women. And basically it's a Russian movie, which is another area I wanted to get in touch with you guys about. What you guys think about the concept of like Hollywood is basically like the pinnacle to most people's minds about what movies should be. Is the Hollywood standard, but Hollywood never had its own thing. It was always take stuff from other places and repackage it and make it into something new and exciting. They were really good, and they still are really good at taking other people's stuff and then rearranging it and fixing it up, polishing it off, dusting off the edges, and creating their own new version of that. And this is an example of that, which I went over before. I don't know, you guys are new to the show, you don't know what I talk about. The history of cinema started with the Lumiere brothers in the 1880s and 90s. And it was about these guys in France who figured out Thomas Edison's method of making movies, and they attached the narrative, and they made these packages, and they go all over the world, all these different countries, and they say, here's a camera, here's a projector, here's an editor, make a movie. So then you got all these countries all over the world that are making movies, and then sometimes, at first there was no sound. Then when sound came in, they had to figure out how to like do the sound part and change the languages, and so they had like American actors doing the dialogue in like 5 different languages every take. So they go in there and say the line in English, and they go out and say in Spanish and French and German and whatever. Yeah. So, but anyway, so the point I'm getting at, I'm rambling. I'm sorry, I'm rambling. You probably want to get to the movie, but the point of the movie is, this is a Russian movie that was taken by Americans and then re-edited. Sound was taken out, new scenes were added, and they turned it into an American movie. This happened a lot in the 60s, 50s, 60s, and into the early 70s. But mostly with Italian horror films like the Deep Red and House by the Cemetery and, you know, The Beyond, which has like 20 different freaking titles. It's one of my favorite horror films is The Beyond, but it's so many different repackaged versions of that same movie. It's like the Beyond the Door or like whatever. The 7 levels of whatever. You know what I'm talking about? So anyway, this movie is pretty cool because it's a Russian American co-production, sort of. It's like this guy. It's like what I was talking about before. Is like they would buy a movie. They go to like these film festivals and they buy like a movie from Scandinavia and they say, "Oh, this is pretty good," but you know what it needs? More cowbell. So they go out, they reshoot it, and add with the stuff they wanted to add to it, and then they take the movie, and then they rearrange it and they give it a new title and they stick it out there. And some movies they had like 5 or 6 different titles. It's crazy. Yeah, I think I'm taking up too much time. I think Steven's giving me the thumbs up. We're ready to roll. All right, so enjoy Voyage of the Prehistoric Planet Women thing. And I'll be back in a little while to give you some more little stuff to fill your head and make you go senile faster.
Scientists are working
Auf
on
Wiedersehen.
projects designed to take man beyond the confines of this Earth. You are looking at the actual models of spacecraft now being developed by agencies of the United States government. This is an Apollo spacecraft designed for elliptical orbit of the moon. Its lunar landing vehicle can transport 3 men safely to and from the moon's surface. These are other types of manned and remote control mechanisms, each designed for a specific function, many already in operation as satellites of this Earth, some in readiness for the moonshot, others designed for space, a few to serve as space stations, and the most complex of all, prototypes of craft capable of putting a man on the surface of another planet. Wheel was one of man's first inventions and has been with him all of his civilized life. But now it, like so many other of his creations, must be modified to fit his new demands. These are 3 types of variable radius wheels, designed to transport a vehicle over a rockius. New concepts are being created almost daily. Some will never get beyond the drawing board, but others, or their descendants, will become part of man's greatest adventure, the exploration and colonization of space. All over the world, men and women are working to make that dream a reality. Every aspect of the journey is being analyzed, from the tiniest control devices to the mightiest rocket engines. But it's not enough to just get there. Just as the great explorers sailed from Spain and England and France to discover the Americas so that the colonizers might come later, so will our exploration spacecraft precede the colonizers of the planets. Already plans are being made for the colonies. Sources of food and power must be found. Artificial atmosphere is created. Everything done to build an Earth away from the Earth. No man living today can predict exactly what the future holds. But this much we do know. All through man's march across this Earth, the wildest dreams and fantasies of one age have become the commonplaces of the next. The motion picture you are about to see can be called today a fantasy of the future. But one day, maybe not too far distant, audiences will be able to look back on it in the same spirit with which we view pictures about the first covered wagons crossing the plains.
named after the goddess of love. This is where I left her. 26 million miles away. Because I know she exists. I know she does. I know it. All the time we were there, I heard her. Her and that sweet, haunting sound she makes, like the sirens that tempted Ulysses. I think I'm crazy back here on Earth. Crazy, still intoxicated by the atmosphere back there. But wait a minute, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me tell you the whole story. All of it. From the beginning. And see what you think. You be the judge. It was 2 years ago, in 1998, that the first manned spaceship left Earth for the planet Venus. This attempt ended in tragedy. A meteor hit the ship. Everything was lost. Everything but the will to get there, to explore Venus. And so, it was only 6 months later that the second attempt was made. Earth Control was Marcia.
First stage rockets ready. Main rocket stage ready.
Fuel ready.
Stabilization center ready. Power ready.
Air conditioning ready.
Radar ready. Guidance ready.
Airlane ready for takeoff.
Attention flight personnel. Loading elevators are now being withdrawn. Countdown continues at 20. All stations prepare for 0 red. Countdown continues at 10. Zero red, -5.
Project Red Planet. All units clear. Switch over to standby.
There were only 2 men on the new mission, astronaut Howard Sherman and Captain Alfred Kearns. But there was another being with them, Kearns' invention, Robot John.
Awaken, John. Awaken. Glow, John. Monitor, John.
I hear you.
Everything went smoothly the first part of the voyage. They traveled over halfway, 17 million miles, without mishap. Radio contact was maintained with Marcia at Earth Control, and they stopped on schedule at the United States Space Station, Texas, for refueling.
Attention. All landing personnel, report on flight deck. Stand by to receive flight number 87 from Earth.
Earth Control, we listened to their progress with more concern than anyone else.
Refueling A-OK, over and out.
Because we were the command crew, and if anything went wrong, we were set to follow. There were three of us. Commander William Billy Lockhart, astronaut Hans Walters, and me, Andre Furneaux. I remember how worried we were as we listened to their voices from so many miles away.
Kearns calling Marcia. Kearns calling Marcia. Refueling completed. Ready for blastoff.
Begin our relay.
They were on the last leg of their journey. And then they saw it, Venus.
Cloud formations, 30% ash content.
And they prepared to land.
A planet of fire below us. Is it a new world, or will it consume us all?
At any moment now.
Suddenly, things started going wrong.
Black clouds. Lightning. I don't like the looks of this. I'm turning control over to Robot John.
Ahead, Steve, mountain. I am going up.
Wow, close call.
We're watching on the location finder. The area is strange. This is truly a prehistoric planet. Landing location is Square 73.
We're now dropping our beacon. Landing 300 meters southwest of Square 73. Oh, there's water beneath us. We're drifting.
Sherman. Kern. Answer. Kern. Sherman. Kern, are you there? It's hopeless.
Well, very soon after that, it became clear there was only one thing to do. Blast off for Venus ourselves. complete the mission, explore the planet, and attempt to rescue Kearns and Sherman. If they were still alive.
Keep coming. More, John. That's it.
Cover me, Kern.
Look out! There comes another one. I got him. Sherman, behind you. There. Look out! Okay, John. Just a few more connections. There. Course 110. Secure yourself to that boulder, John. Proceed. Proceed. He's better equipped to fight this place than we are.
I'm wondering if we should be here at all.
Why don't you catch a bus and go home?
Don't think I wouldn't if I could find one.
There he is. He's up. Pull it tight. He can hold it.
You better go first, and I'll come along after you.
Within 2 hours, we were ready to go. Were with Kearns and Sherman. If they were alive, would we be able to find them? We got to Space Station Texas ahead of schedule.
Repeat. Stand by to receive unassisted landing. Refueling was accomplished in record time. There was no time to lose. Funny, considering the way things turned out. What I was thinking about as we sped through the dark universe on our way to an unexplored planet. I was wondering if maybe there wasn't some reason that Venus had been named after the goddess of love. If maybe there wasn't some wise old astronomer way back in the dawn of time who knew something. Something he kept to himself. But before I could come to any conclusions about it, we were preparing for our touchdown on Venus, where maybe I'd find all the answers. And then, almost before I knew it, we were there. We were landing.
We're landed. Voila.
Don't begin celebrating yet.
Ha. Oh, oh.
Is our level okay?
Yep, there it is. On the button. Boy, it sure feels strange to have weight.
Yes, it does seem strange. That's sure. But it's nice and solid.
Well, I don't know about you fellas, but I'd like to see Venus.
Open number 3 and hit the beam. Vapor, try the port viewer.
Telescreen gets it okay. We'll pan port. Formations of weird rock. Something's there.
I'll switch on the outside sound pickup.
We all live in America, America, wonderful, Coca-Cola. I missed the lyrics, I'm sorry. It's one of my favorite songs. I love Rammstein, it's one of my favorite bands. This is like I was talking about. This was a Russian movie. I think it was called Planet Burr or something like that. Something like that. Someone could probably tell me and post a comment on, because I'm going to post this onto archive.org later. Post a comment and say, hey, it was this. Because, like, that's why I love this generation. I mean, like, they call us millennials because I was born in the 80s. Like, we are movie cinemaphiles and we love. If you go to, like, online to certain sites on Facebook, certain groups I'm a member of, one of them is the Jova Briggs Mutant Fan Base group thing. They know about this stuff. They know more about this stuff than most people should know. But this, like I was talking about, this like this movie is so funny to me. I couldn't stop laughing when I was watching it, and it's just like I'm so confused, and it's like there's pieces missing. That's the problem with movies like this. There's pieces missing, and it's like, wait, how did he get there? What is he doing there? What are they doing? Why is there what? Robot John, Space Station, Texas. What? What the hell? I can't curse anymore. I can't say the F word anymore. I've been strangled by censorship. I can't curse anymore like I used to back when I first started doing this show. I would say the F word over and over again. And people are like, you can't say that word on TV. You can't do this. You can't do that. You can't pull your penis out and stroke it in front of people on TV anymore. I mean, at all. I never did that. Never mind. You know what I was saying? Before I ran off track here, I'm still rambling a bit. I've had an energy drink. I haven't had one of those in a long time. But I had an energy drink tonight, and those things hit you, and they're just like, It's like, yeah, I'm ready to rock and roll. As I'm getting the behind the scenes watching this movie, and I'm just like, what doesn't make any sense? Now I remember, oh yeah, it's Russian, but then the Americans came in and they took over production and Steven, thank you. Thank you. So if you're at home and you're watching this movie and you record it and then come back later, watch it from the beginning, and you take a shot, a drinking game, take a shot of vodka every time the Russian actor speaks and the dialogue is dubbed over. I love drinking games. My favorite one is to watch National Treasure, and you take a shot every time they say the word treasure. I'm serious, you will be done. Because it's like, there's like parts in the movie National Treasure that like, the treasure of the Knights Templar is the treasure beyond all treasures. You should be able to take this treasure and rub it in their arrogant faces. This treasure is your most important treasure in the world. You must take this treasure. I get people into that, and they're like, "Oh God." The other one is it's a newer movie, but I love it, and I think a lot of people would love it too if you're a big fan of. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend The Lost Skeleton of Cadavra. Okay, that is a great movie because it's a modern movie. It's made like in the early 2000s, but they used old equipment and they used old camera styles. They made it look like it's from the 50s, and it's like it's got the monster, it's got the skeleton, it's got a cat that turns into a woman who's like a vamp girl type thing, like Vampira. It's got all the elements of like the Ed Wood kind of crazy 50s like Saturday morning horror sci-fi thing. It's got the aliens, it's got the, and you're supposed to take a shot every time he says the word science. Because there's a scientist in the movie, and after everything he says, this is for science. I got to do this for science. You haven't seen it, look for it. I found it at Hollywood Video before they closed down, before Netflix killed the video store. I found that one over there. This was in the early 2000s. I had haunted video stores since I was a little kid. I came into this world around the same time the video stores came around this world. So I was around from the beginning. And I was so sad to see them go because it's a lost treasure. If you haven't been to a video store, the kids days, it's 2020 now. So they got teenagers running around who have never seen a Blockbuster. And they're like, why do I worry about that? I got Netflix. It's like, it's just a magic to go into the video store and just like, it was like a scavenger hunt. And you didn't know what you were going to find, or if you had an idea what you wanted to find, but then you went to go find it, and it was all rented out. It's like the new movie of the Friday night, and it was all rented out. And you wanted to see it before, so you're, and then they're like, do you have any copies coming in? Any copies just came in? We didn't want to see this movie.
That must have been what libraries were like at one time.
Yeah, libraries. Libraries are going out. Everything's digital now. I mean, this is digital, which is sad. It's like I like physical media. I'm an old guy. I like physical media. So it's time to say goodbye to that. I'm going to be an old fogey. They call us grandpas. The young kids, Generation Ys. They call us the grandpas. They came up with all these stupid names. It was just like my brother was part of Generation X. He was in the 70s. And like, I'm a millennial. And then there's like the new ones, the kids born after 1999 or whatever. They're called Generation Y or some, I don't know. It's confusing. And I'm rambling again. We'll go back to the movie now?
Let's do that.
Let's go back to the movie, Steven.
Here we go.
Go Wiedersehen.
It's finished. Transfer it to playback. Meanwhile, you might check upon the atmosphere, Hans.
It better be good.
Then you better get your spacesuit. We'll move out. Andre, I want you to attempt a contact with Sherman by radio. If you raise them, tell them to report their position. Then get yourself into a spacesuit. We're going to walk about.
I'll be right behind you.
That'll be handy if I slip. Get popping now.
It's 4.7 on oxygen.
That's pretty close. I'm going to take a look around. Keep on the rope. Don't get out of visual contact.
It was a weird, desolate place, but it fascinated me. And I forgot all about Kearns and Sherman and what we were there for.
Received a message.
What did they say?
Marcia has radar movement.
Sherman?
She can't be sure, but it looks like two objects. One metallic and moving in the area we expected to search. Probably Kern and Sherman.
Come on, Andre.
You'll contact us.
Andre!
Come on. He's got Andre. What is... Careful. Get it off me. Grab that tentacle there. Leg. Careful. Move. Quick. It's trying to devour you. He's got his legs, Jeffrey. Free his legs. Hurry. He's caught. Come on. Pull him out. Pull him free. Hurry. Pull his legs back. Here. Lean over against that. Hans, help us. He likes in the water. Nothing's broken. Let me get a shot of that man.
Careful, Andre. You want to fight that thing again.
Can you imagine that? He's bashful. Why don't we take one of those things home for the zoo?
You've got to be more careful, Andre. If we hadn't heard you call me...
I didn't call. You called out to us. We heard you. But I didn't call you. It sounded like Lockhart.
Let's be getting back.
All we knew was that Marcia at Earth Control had spotted what was probably Kearns and Sherman and approximately where they might be. So we started out in our space car, heading in that general direction, not stopping to investigate the many prehistoric sites we passed. But we were still unable, no matter how hard we tried, to make radio contact with Kearns or Sherman. So we had no way of knowing what they were going through on that distant part of the planet.
Let's rest. We've very little oxygen left us. Hope they're on the way. Looking for us. Through this heat. They may not be able to make it through to us. You better hope they'll get through it and spot us. I'm beginning to feel like my head's swimming. Of course. It's your torn suit. Infection is getting through. Maybe we ought to take some quinsulin. No. We'd have to rest after. Must keep moving.
mechanism is in danger. Need protection.
All right, John. Find shelter. Don't stop. Come on. We have to go on. Come right up. That's it. We can't stay here. We'll be washed away. John.
Bring him this way. There is no water.
Come on. Just a little bit further. There's a cave right over there. Come on. That's it. Just a few steps further. There. There. I don't think I can go on much further. John, stay with us. Make sure they find us. They should know. Must continue to work the laws of mathematics. There's always a precise probability. Mathematics, my proof. Mathematics, my... Marcia. Hear us, Marcia. You must help us. It's closing in.
I await your order. I await your order.
Help them find us, John.
The shoreline's the best. If we do, my friend, we'll never make it to them. Fat chance there is of finding them. That voice again. Hold up.
Almost sounds like a girl.
A girl? Perhaps. Or a monster.
Wake up, Marama. Our sisters are calling. Wake up, Nyla. Our sisters are awake. They're hungry. You have slept enough. It is time to go into the sea. Let us hunt well, little sisters.
It's a human.
Well, there are sure no humans here.
Well, we're humans.
Well, no one else has made it. You better believe it.
But it sounds so human.
Subhuman, you mean, like that 40-armed plant that just grabbed you.
I still say it's a girl.
A girl. With blue scales.
Could be. He's on to something. It's possible that before us, other men got here, especially in this age. You ought to know that, Hans. To a man of science, anything is possible until proven otherwise.
Well, I can't imagine any people in their right mind exploring planet Venus.
Come on, Hans. We're here, and we're in our right minds, aren't we?
Let's go.
It is our beloved god, Terra. He is angry. We must leave this place. Come, follow me.
Lord save him.
What?
There's no response from Kern or Sherman.
Well, we should soon be there.
Keep trying. Maybe we can bring them in on the helmet mic. Kern has an auxiliary.
I am. I'm getting a woman.
Must be Martian.
Static's really awful. Hear it?
Move it up. Point to point on the dial. We'll find it.
I'll try it. Hello. John, hello. John, listen. This is the command ship. Are you there? No response. Come in.
Up one more point.
Come in.
Better go to solar battery. Much bigger reach.
I'm on it now. Hello. 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 You must hear me, John. Please open your mic and answer me. You must obey me, John.
No response. Try another point.
1, 2, 5. You have to readjust your frequency for transmitting. If you hear me.
I hear you. I have adjusted.
Can you report your position and plot number? Over.
Square 40. In shelter.
Tell me what's outside.
Water, sun above, falling on large rock.
That's square 40.
Not far. Ask him about the men.
Hello. We would like to know about Kern and also about Sherman.
They do not speak. They do not move.
How much time before we get there?
Who knows?
Commander, maybe the robot can help.
Try. Keep an eye on the compass. Grab onto them. Hello. You will listen, John. First, you will obey me and do precisely what I say. You will listen. Listen, John. Obey my every command. Remove container 2 from Kern's first aid kit. Repeat, container 2. Remove one tablet. One tablet. Then open his helmet. I have one tablet. Place the tablet in his mouth. You must do this quickly. Revive him with water. Pour it over his face. Quickly. Then close his helmet.
At least we know they're alive.
Let's hope they stay that way.
Commander, look there. I'm ready with the astrogun.
Some kind of flying reptile. He may not see us.
He hit him. He's turning around.
Maybe not.
We're in for it now. He knows we're here.
Look. Take it now.
Here he comes.
Don't miss him.
Here he comes again.
Open hull. We'll submerge.
We were forced to submerge, even though we had killed the flying reptile, because of the damage the creature had caused when it hit us. And it was a good thing, too. For here, under the sea, we were to find the second clue to life on Venus.
Let's put it down for a minute. Take a rest.
It's not far to the beach, if our calculations are correct. I hope this will run again.
Don't worry, it will. Look, the cliffs are all in even rows, like streets. I'll look around. Just 5 minutes. Might find something interesting.
What makes Nyla and Marama so sad? Come, sisters, let us see. Oh, Dara, what evil demon has destroyed our God? We must carry him to the holy place and pray to his spirit. Lift him.
commander.
Well, what do you know?
It's a statue.
Andre!
What's up? You just look here. That's only a petrified tree. Only? Why, it's a bronze statue.
And much more, Hans. Rubies.
You say rubies? Show me.
Simple. The eye of an idol.
An idol?
Yes, a reptile. A reptile resembling that flying monster that attacked us earlier. Up there.
You're right, Andre. I'm not laughing anymore. There was a civilization here. And I'll bet you there still is.
Oh, great terror. We cry for the flesh of your spirit that lies dead before you. I swear to you, O Terra, you will be avenged. The evil demons that did this will themselves be destroyed.
Wow. Okay. Now, how do I do this? Okay. Is it just me or is this movie really boring? Now, a movie with dinosaurs and beautiful blonde women with shell bras and scientists and robots and space stations and all that stuff. It sounds like you pitch this movie to people and they'd be like, yeah, that sounds awesome. This is going to be great. But they make it so boring. And then the dialogue, and that just reminds me of the sloths from Zootopia. I don't know if you ever saw that movie. If you haven't seen it, it's a great, I do enjoy Disney movies. I think they're really cool because they have there's always a good moral lesson in a Disney movie, which is a really cool thing to have for kids. As I always support Disney. You know, you think a horror guy, only horror, but I love all of it. But so that sounds like, and then it's like the DMV guys, you know, you go to DMV and they're like, you'll need to put this in triplicate. It's just like there's so many things in this movie that just like I'm just laughing, but I shouldn't be laughing because this is a serious movie. But it's so freaking funny because it's like there's this part in it where they're driving around in a little bubble car. They're just driving around in a little bubble car, and they call it a space car. It's like, what the hell? NASA didn't really do that. They didn't call them space cigarettes. They didn't sit in a space chair or go to the space toilet. They called it a waste disposal unit. God. Yeah, almost done with this turkey. Got about 20 minutes left. Oh my God. I love it so much. It's just so funny. I haven't played this one yet. I know I'll repeat if you're an avid viewer. You're in the 7 area and you watched my show for the last few years because I've been doing this show for about 5 years now. And sometimes I repeat movies because I only so many movies in public domain. And I tracked this one down. I love it because I just love badly dubbed sci-fi movies. I love sci-fi movies in general. I love horror. I love sci-fi. I love Disney. I love all of it. But the thing I love about 50s and 60s sci-fi movies was that they were so, like, they had so much excitement about the future. You know, and you watch sci-fi movies from the past 50 years, and they always talk about by the year 2020. I mean, look at Blade Runner. Blade Runner takes place in 2019 in Los Angeles, and they have robots disguised as humans running around and all this stuff. And I'm like, it's 2020 now, and the only robots we have are the ones that run the vacuum cleaner. Well, they do have sex robots. They're making sex robots. But that's another thing. That's a whole other kettle of fish. But anyway, that's what I was saying. I love the ambitiousness of the 50s sci-fi movies. Because, like, Lost in Space is supposed to take place in 1997. That was like the way out future of 1960s. They thought, oh, yeah, by the year 1997, we'll have all this cool stuff. The Jetsons was 2019. But then, like, I always come to realize about my species, the human being, is that if we had flying cars, there would probably be a lot more fatalities. I mean, we have cars that run on the ground and we have fatalities. People drive crazy. Have you been to LA? I mean, here in California, I mean, you go to LA and people are it's like, ah! I don't know. But I digress. I think I should get back to the movie because we're almost out of time. All right, when we get to the end of the movie, and I'll be back at the end to usher you out and to have a good night here at Midnight Chillers. So enjoy the last little bit of Prehistoric Women from Venus movie
Something
thing.
seemed to draw me away, to make me search for, I didn't know what. I felt something. I don't know. I felt as though I were being watched. But I didn't see anything except a harmless octopus. Yet, still feeling a strange presence, I went on. But then, as quickly as it came, that weird sensation vanished. And then there was nothing. Nothing but the sea. So I followed my original impulse, looking for a clue, like the statue of the flying reptile. And I found nothing, except a rock that I liked for its shape, and that could serve as a specimen for the geologists.
Terra has spoken. He must return his flesh to the sea. Marama? Fayaway? Riri? Carry him away. Farewell, Terra. Sleep well in the sea. Who is this? What sisters are these? Moana! Akini! Chloris!
They're here. I couldn't have lasted much longer. You're not alone. Here we are, Skipper.
Good. We'll need more fire. Everything in the car is soaking wet.
Feels good to sit.
How are the batteries, Hans?
They stayed dry.
The atom plant?
Still hot.
You've got that worried look again, Hans.
You're right. I've pulled and checked every wire and part in that darn radio. It won't operate. I've tried everything I know. I tell you, it's simply hopeless. How about a long string and an oatmeal box? Oatmeal box.
The radio will dry out. We know it's not a dead planet. Not completely. Our proof is the statue. And Ruby.
And the woman.
She's probably somewhere. For his sake. But the main thing is, there could be a whole race of people out there watching us, hiding, afraid that we'll observe them.
And fight them?
We came from above. Dropped. To them, we're probably some kind of monster.
What if they're human shape?
They very well could look like us. But mind you, I'm only advancing a little hypothetical science fiction. Because nothing should be overlooked. Let's face it. They built a city that's now under the sea. Hans, it must be true. Many made it to shore from the sea.
Then why didn't they build themselves another?
We may find they did. When we explore the planet.
Before we leave, I'll meet her. Beautiful song and a beautiful girl.
She must have heard you.
Where is it?
Everywhere.
Suppose it could be an omen? Or maybe she's helping us. If I could just see what she looks like.
Can the car make it?
I'm sure.
A feeling of foreboding had come over me. A chilly, ominous sensation. I didn't know what it meant. And I kept staring at that rock I'd found, as though perhaps it might hold an answer.
Andre! Andre! Thanks for waiting.
She'd take care of you.
Stop teasing him, Hans. He's in love.
Let your boiling, red-hot earth rain down upon the invading demons who dared bring death to Terra. Hear us, O God of the Fire Mountain. Pour forth thy red hot earth, drown them in fire. Drown fire, drown fire, drown them, drown them, drown them, drown them, drown fire, drown them in fire, drown them, drown them.
Strange. It's gotten suddenly dark.
Well, it's no wonder. What makes you say that? There's an ash cloud above us.
An ash cloud?
A volcano. Yes. It's spectacular. And beyond the volcano, it looks like the lights of a city.
The red spot Andre saw. We must get a move on.
Not right away. This might be our only chance to gather some samples. Lava and ash. To take away with us.
All right. We'll go to a much better vantage point, and right now. Sherman, come.
But look at the magnificence. No one on Earth has seen such a sight.
Hurry, we must go to higher ground.
I am hurrying. Are you getting the spectra sample?
Getting it now. That's enough. The lava is rising. We waited too long. It's covered our path.
Perhaps we can run a rope.
How?
We did it before. From John.
There's no more time. Don?
Yes, I hear you.
Carry us across the lava. Climb on, quick!
Audibility getting better.
Why is he talking?
Listen.
Giving radio distance according to your request. Am determining distance 2 miles.
It's Lockhart. I hope so, my friend. I'm sure. They'll be by here any minute yelling taxi. A remarkable invention you have here.
Nice to hear you admit it, Alan.
Temperature, lower extremities, 500 degrees. My self-preservation mechanism says I must eliminate extra weight.
What now?
Disconnect the mechanism.
Where?
Open the door.
Here?
First panel. Hurry or we're dead for sure.
I don't know which.
Let me.
I am forced to free self of this weight.
the panel! I have. I've done everything.
Kern.
We must hold on. They'll be here.
Wish me luck.
For God's sakes, hurry.
Let me help you out, my friend.
I never thought I'd see your ugly face again.
We save him, and he insults us. No, we should have saved Kurt's robot instead.
Kern, you rascal.
Knew you'd make it. Is the robot finished?
Yes.
Just a mental month. And yet when his destruction was imminent, he called my name.
Looks placid and calm. But frightening.
Yes, I suppose it does, if you use imagination.
We'll soon be home.
That's right, but we leave a friend behind.
Come. Join the rest of us.
So we took stock of the situation. And though we tried to keep our spirits up, it was still pretty discouraging. The volcano had destroyed some of our provisions, and our rocket ship's fuel supply was low anyway, considering the added weight of Kearns and Sherman. It looked like we'd have to be starting back very soon.
What else is there to do?
Well, we can look for Andre's girl.
Very cute, Hans. You name him after us? Hmm?
Well, with triplets, it's better with numbers. Looks to me like he's raising his own countdown.
Why not names?
I'd forget.
I'm worried about him. So you really found proof there were people on this planet. Hard to believe.
Believe it or not, my dear Mr. Kern, it's true. And they could still be here.
I don't go along with that. Could a human survive in a place like this?
You survive. And man will almost always adapt himself in time.
And don't forget, in the dim past, we all lived in water. For centuries, our Earth was toxic. But that atmosphere evolved mankind's form. Adjusting's the answer. And I'd bet that these people on our planet couldn't live. The air'd be poisoned.
Afraid I don't share your opinion.
You just can't close your mind to it. We found proof. Proof of intelligent beings.
And those lizard men of Kearns.
That's proof. Look, suppose they do look like lizards. Couldn't they be people? Suppose they saw the ship, got frightened, then donned their lizard costumes, eh? Then jumped up and down to spook us away. What possible story could explain it better, huh?
None. You're the winner.
Joking aside, my friend, man, lizard, or what, I know there were or are intelligent people here. If we just had time, I think they might come to us. Look, even you, Kern, said you thought you saw the lights of a city beyond the volcano.
I said they looked like, not were. Here, you two. Have some coffee and rest your voice.
If only there was some way to communicate with them, some way to make them understand we were not an enemy, that we wanted nothing except to know their ways, study their civilization. Or was it really all just fancy? Just my wishful imagination? And that sound only an accident caused by the wind in the canyons?
Hey, watch it. Now that's for your countdown, Jack, about my children.
Wake up, sisters. It is a new day, and our land is safe again. But what is that? Something strange is there. Come and see. Sent to us by the god of the Fire Mountain. He shows us his power.
Better get out and locate her, Andre. She wants you to stay on me.
Just you wait.
I think perhaps we should be trying to find her and take her with us.
I'd vote for that. She might not like us much anyway.
If we could explore beyond those hills, I'll bet you money we'd find her and the city.
You've been reading too many comics.
Kern wouldn't believe she existed if she were sitting on his lap right now.
Want to bet? We're here.
They are stronger than the god of the Fire Mountain. But now, Terra will speak.
I think we did a job we can be proud of. Look at all the samples we got. There's going to be a large headline when they see all these great things we're bringing back to them. This one's loaded, old man.
Steady, child. Bring the